Another good exhale from me. Oops. I hear myself. Oh, no. Wow, that was bad. Anyways. My name is To Live and Die. This is Daywalker. I host a Daywalker Platinum Under tournament every night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Sundays, 3 p.m. Eastern is a double elimination tournament. As you know, I am the Zeke officer in charge of the partnership program and the community on the NA side in StarCraft 2. So that's who I am. Right now I'm going to be casting a show match. And I have to check out... don't want to do that. I have to make sure my stream is live. Just like that. So that when I do go to the home page, it shows up as on air. There we go. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so everyone, here we go. It's going to be a show match between Scarab and Sucmidicis. So I'm just going to call him the Blue Terran and the Red Protoss in this game. Alright, so here we go. Let's get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a show match. We have a Red Protoss on the left side of Core Hall Compound, and on the right side of Core Hall Compound we have a Blue Terran. I was told this is must-see TV, so I hope everyone just buckles down, grabs a seat, grabs some popcorn, and see what happens. Like I said, this is a replay. I do not have a overlay for my replay over here. I should definitely get on that and get a little overlay for that area of my screen. But anyways, I have it lowered so you can't see how much time is remaining, so we don't know any spoilers about when this match is going to end. We have a pylon very close to the Nexus here for the Protoss, which means probably not a fast forge expand for the Protoss against this Terran. Terran's going to go ahead and put a supply depot at the top of his ramp. So early game we have just your typical standard stuff going on. Not much excitement going on right now. Core Hall Compound, as you know, is a two-player spawn map. Lower left, upper right of the map, we have two Zonlogga towers in the middle of the map to give you vision of the entire center portion of this map. Obviously, you know that when you have position on an opponent, taking control of the center part of any map is great. Especially when you have control of both Zonlogga towers, you just can see what's going on. You can see an opponent moving out, etc. But as you can see, we have a natural here that has a choke area leading into the natural, and then we have a third base way over here which has two entrances coming down a ramp on the left side and coming down a ramp on the right side. Very open, even has you know, the high ground next to it, which makes this third very hard to manage and to keep. Over here we have a fourth base, and as you can see, it's very open. There's an entrance to the left. There's a ramp down here to the south of this base. But yeah, that's basically Core Hall Compound. The map features a lowered center region. So once the army is into this lower centered region of the map where the Zonlogga towers are, you have to be very careful to make sure and scout where your opponent is, because once they get high ground position over here, it's just not good to move your army into any other parts of the map once you're in the center. It's just you just need to keep an eye on what's going on. As you can see, the Red Protoss is going to be scouting up and seeing a wall. He will not be able to get into the Terran base. Terran did take normal timings on all of his structures, so he does have a refinery, an orbital command, a barracks, and two supply depots, and that's what the Terran's doing. The I'm sorry, look at this. Protoss did go fast forge and did expand, so I was totally wrong with the Protoss. I saw the pylon so close and I thought, oh, that's going to be a gateway, but no. He puts a forge next to his main nexus, and now he's going to put down a photon cannon out in front of his natural on Core Hall Compound. Very interesting play from the Protoss, so he goes expand first against the Terran player. Now the gate went down, as you can see. The Sucmidicis core is going down. This is creating a little SimCity here, and creating what, you know, it's a blockage into the mineral line. This is, you know, it doesn't allow an easy access from your ramp over into your mineral line. As you can see, you have to go around the long way to get into the mineral line of the Protoss here, and that's what he's doing with his buildings. Another pylon goes down. We have the core coming up, as I said before. The photon cannon is out in front to provide extra protection. Zealot is now standing in front of the natural, and we have a pylon going back in the back of the mineral line. Okay, Terran goes, looks like it's a 1-1-1 build. We have the reason why it's called a 1-1-1 is because the barracks went down first, then the factory went down, he produced a tech lab, built the starport, and now the starport's going to be transferred over to the tech lab. And this will give him access to creating banshees and cloak banshees if he so desires. So we'll see what he does with this. He has enough gas for cloak banshees, so we'll see if he does in fact decide to research cloak. He is researching a banshee right now, or producing a banshee out of the starport. And is he going to research cloak? We'll find out when this gas gets to 200. He's not spending any gas right now. Oh, and he just spent his minerals, so it does not look like he's going to research cloak right now. He let's see. Nope, not going to research cloak at all, at least for now. So it's just banshees and marines. He has a squadron of marines heading out into the middle of the map. He will have a banshee to join this army, and he does have a tank. So this is your basic 1-1-1, you know, one base play, and you can create a lot of units in a short amount of time. As you can see, he already has a banshee in the air, he has a tank, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 marines, 8 marines, sorry, here in this group, and joined by more reinforcements. So just off of these 3 buildings, that's the army that this Terran has, and it's very potent, very powerful. Here we go. The Zenlaga Tower was taken by the probe, and he should have seen the army. Yeah, he's going to go back to the Zenlaga Tower, and he's going to see, he should have seen that army sitting right there if he was looking very carefully. We're actually going to see the scouting. See, look at it. The Terran did not scout whatsoever what the Protoss was doing. All he did was a blind 1-1-1 build. This is what you call a one base play for the Terran. Now he finally scans. He sees a photon cannon in front of his natural. So he knows now that even if he would have researched cloak, he would have been detected by the photon cannon. Here he goes. He's takes out the photon cannon with his army. We have probes, zealots, and a couple of stalkers here to try to engage this army, which at first, you know, it does not look very good for the Protoss, does it? But it was able to eliminate the ground army almost of this Terran with those probes and zealots and stalkers. Meanwhile, another Banshee has joined the army, joined the reinforcements here of the Terran, is in the mineral line of the natural, which is not good. It looks like he's going to lose this Nexus. Loses that next probe. He lost. The Terran has already killed 21 probes. This is not looking good for the Protoss at all. An Immortal comes out. Just as we're talking, the Banshees are focusing down that Immortal as best as they can. Immortal gets away with 85 hit points. The Banshees are sitting over a pylon here, trying to do everything it can to cut down on the supply of the Protoss. Stalkers are warped in. They're trying their best to focus down this Banshee. And the Stalker goes down before the Banshee could go down. The Banshee has 45 hit points on it. Some Zealots come over here to take care of these Marines. Another Banshee joins the reinforcements. And this Terran is just sending unit after unit down the map, streaming it down into the Protoss base. The Protoss is doing everything it can to stay in this. It still has all of its probes here mining at the main, so he is getting an economy, but he does not have an economy at his natural right now. The Immortal is still alive. It has 60 hit points and 2 Stalkers here to force away that very powerful, potent 1-1-1 play by the Terran. And the Terran is forced to turn away. Can you believe that? He had 2 Banshees in the main base of the Protoss on top of an Immortal that cannot shoot air and was not able to focus down that Immortal. If that Immortal was dead, I believe the Protoss would have a very hard time of coming back. That Immortal is going to do very good against these tanks, and these 3 Stalkers are going to do very good against that Banshee. Let's look at the upgrades here. We do not have Cloak finished. The Marines are still on 0-0, the tanks are on 0-0, and the Protoss army is on 1 now. He has 1 and is now researching level 1 ground weapons, the Protoss is. And since this Nexus was not destroyed, he is able to now get a saturation on this natural. If you look at the units killed, 22 to 4 in workers now. Look at the army. We have 23 for the Protoss, 42 for the Terran. The Terran is just simply staying on this one base. Even after that attack, he did not expand and get a natural up, and that's a no-no. When you do not do this and you try to overextend yourself in a game like this when your opponent is on 2 bases and he's going to have a far superior economy. Look at this, 1200. He's doubled the economy of the Terran, of the blue Terran. So this is not good. He is able to reproduce at a faster rate than the Terran, and look at this. I mean, this is just, he has an Immortal here to take care of the tank if he can get close enough. The Zealots are just there to tank fire from the tank and from the Marines. The Stalkers can focus down the Banshees, and this Immortal, as you can see, is trying to focus down this tank. SCVs are here to repair the tank, and the Immortal does finally go down, I think. Yep, the Immortal did go down. And here we go, the fight continues. The Stalkers are here. They do take out the Banshee. There's an observer here, as you can see. Another Banshee joins the party. More Marines are being streamed down, as you can see, through the map. And that's the situation we're in right now, guys. Just going to focus down this Nexus for a little bit. Might as well do something productive with his time while he's here trying to contain this Protoss. All the probes, look at the probes coming down here to try to attack this tank. If they can get this tank, then it's that's adios. No more engagement for the Terran. These Stalkers are more than capable of taking out the rest of this army. In fact, that Banshee is in dire straits, so the Terran has to turn back. He must expand. If he tries to do this on one base, he will not succeed. He's going to be mined out here in a little bit. After that first wave of 111, he should have expanded behind that. He had the Protoss on the ropes, but since he tried to overextend himself, the Protoss was able to keep mining from both of these bases, which gave him a superior economy, which allowed him to catch up for that second wave of Terran units. Meanwhile, here we go. 2 more Banshees on the way. We do not have Cloak with these Banshees, and they're going to try to do damage again, and by this time, you know what's going to happen. The Red Protoss is going to have enough economy. He does already have enough gates to more than he's going to have more than enough to handle what this Terran can do to him here. These 2 Banshees, the Red Protoss are going to laugh at this because he does not have Cloak. He can move these Stalkers back to this mineral line just like this, and basically focus down these Banshees. I mean, the Banshees are going to be lucky to get away alive. Here we go, third base for the Protoss now. The Protoss is feeling pretty comfortable, I'd say, at this point. He can see that the Terran is expanding finally, and I think the Red Protoss now can say, you know what, since he's only expanding now and I'm going to get my third base, I can kind of prepare myself for this mid to late game play and see if I can't just beat this Terran because he was so greedy or so aggressive in the early game. So that's the situation where we're at right now. The Terran does have a good little army here at his main. You see he has 2 siege tanks, he has a couple of Marines here, he has a Banshee back home. He is switching over his starport. Notice he is building 2 more barracks, which he should have done. I mean, yes, this should have been done about 5 or 6 minutes ago. He should have had 3 barracks or even 4 more barracks built while that was all going on. He should have had his command center built about 5 minutes ago. You know, there's just a lot of things that Terran could have done here. You know, don't listen to me. I'm just a new caster anyways, but you know, I think people with who play this game enough and watch enough replays know that this Terran is way far behind. There's no way, especially off 3 bases that this Protoss is going to have soon here. He's going to be pretty much saturated on 3 bases in just about 2 or 3 minutes, and everyone who's played this game knows that it's going to be impossible for the Terran to come back from this with the late command center, with these late barracks that he has. Even getting another starport will probably help by now. He should be building a lot more barracks across here, maybe even a couple more factories. Whatever he decides to do, he should just be doing it instead of and that should have been done 5 minutes ago. And now I think the Protoss is definitely comfortable. He's even sending a warp prism up the east side of the map. Stim is being researched at 18 minutes. Combat shield, Marauders are going to be coming out. Another barracks going down. The Protoss is now researching weapons level 2. And the Observer is here to see it all. So the Protoss knows what's going on. He can sit back and feel comfortable about his build. He's going to be on 3 mining bases. The natural's getting mined out, so he's going to be on 2 mining bases here, fully saturated, no problem for the Protoss. DT drop in the main of the Terran, and this is how deadly a Protoss can be once he gets the 3 bases and he starts building, production facilities like a Dark Shrine, like Templar Archives, like a Twilight Council. Those type of structures, which the Terran should have been able to take care of with that 111 first wave, just now is coming back to haunt the Terran right now. In fact, there's nothing that the Terran can do. He's lost 22 workers right now. If you look at the Army tab now, look at the Army. Protoss is now coming back. It's 25 to 36 in Army, and now the Terran must use scans to try to get rid of these Dark Templars, which he hasn't yet, by the way. The engineering bay was stopped. And now the DTs are going to wreak havoc simply because the Terran does not have scan. He does not have an engineering bay to build missile turrets. And he's going to load up some units in his medevacs just to try to help save them from these DTs. Look at the Army now, 33 to 25. So the tables have turned in Army-wise. Now the Terran is blocked. He can't even produce units. He has to hope this scan can save him, which is not. The DTs are able to get out of range of that scan. It's a terrible position for this Terran right now. Protoss is feeling very comfortable, 92 to 45 in supply. And he's building another command center here. He wants to make that into an orbital command ASAP because he needs those extra scans. This command center is burning down. Let's look at the units. 20 SCVs to 57 pros, ladies and gentlemen. And 8 Dark Templars are on the field for the Protoss. That, my friends, is what you call a fail 111. That turned into a Protoss who was very comfortable after holding off those waves. So there you have it. There is a game where a Terran did 111 with Banshee, tanks, Marines, tried to go in with a first wave and could not succeed, and the Protoss was able to turn the tables and win with Dark Templars.